Hello, everybody. It's Suzanne Bertolas at White Dragonfly Healing. And I thought while you guys are coming on, I would do today's reading, actually, instead of me doing it separate and posting it. So the card I pulled was Mother Mary. Now, when I created these cards with the collective, okay, they gave me an actual understanding of what each card is to represent, right? But now when I pull these cards, they show me a different, not a different meaning, but how it can work in two ways, okay? So the card is, the loss or disconnect of a child cannot be rationalized when the heart is broken. So embrace the love you shared. Now, originally, these cards were meant for a mom, right? A mother or a parent. But now when I'm reading it, she's saying, but can you see how it can work both ways? The disconnect of a child can be a child disconnecting from a parent as well, right? So either way, the heart that's broken of either the mother or the father or the child, okay, you can't really, people can't tell you to get over it, or sometimes you can't make sense of it when your heart is hurting, right? So you need to step back a little bit from that and try to see it from a different angle. And what she's suggesting that you do is to embrace the love that you shared. So looking back in your lifetime to times when you had good memories, or when you have good memories, or when you recall happy moments or moments of really like pure joy in your heart or laughter with this parent, okay? Even though you may be disconnected now for whatever reason, whether it be, you know, one of you crossed, one crossed, or you've moved, a child has moved to another location, or a parent has remarried and there's a little bit of a separation there now, and hurt feelings on the child's way of thinking. And so there's that disconnect or that separation. That's another time you need to look back and remember the times that were funny and happy. Okay, I can do this with my mom without and my dad. Actually, I've done a lot with both my parents, but I have one memory of my mom I always go back to if there's a moment where we're having a moment, okay? And that was when I was in my teenage years and we lived on a farm, and the farm was a quarter of a mile back off the road. So in the winter time, the driveway used to get snowed in like completely. So my dad would plow through the fields with the tractor to try to give us a driveway to drive into, you know, because quarter mile is pretty long, right, off the road. So I remember my mom and I one time going to get groceries, and when we got back, we couldn't get back down the driveway, and my dad hadn't been out yet. So we had to walk along the sides of the fields, but we had snowshoes. We took snowshoes with us in the car, or we had them in the car. And we were snowshoeing back, carrying bags of groceries, and the clumsiness of it all, and the just falling over every couple of steps with bags of groceries. At the end, we were just like hysterical laughing. So I always go back to that. I always remember that as a very good memory with my mom. You know, I have lots of good memories with my mom, but that one really kind of sticks out in my mind. So that's the kind of thing you've got to do, you know, to bring those feelings back, because when you have a memory, a positive memory, it brings that vibration back to you, that positive, heartfelt moment, okay? And it kind of overrides then what's happening within the disconnect of what's going on between the parent and the child, right? So that's the card for today, Mother Mary. The loss or disconnect of a child cannot be rationalized when a heart is broken, okay? This can also work if somebody loses a child and people, you know, over time tell them, well, you should be, you know, just move on, or you have other children, or whatever it is. Sometimes we can't think straight when our heart's not feeling right as well. So it's a good reminder for that. Okay, so that is your card, or that's the card for today for everybody. I guess I won't be posting that on Facebook. It's easier to post a YouTube post on Facebook than it is to post a Facebook post on YouTube. So my Facebook people, I did warn them I was coming on here, so hopefully some of them have popped over. So let me see who's here today. I have a whole bunch of decks of cards, okay? I have my decks, my two, okay? I have the Animal Totem deck. I have Archangel Gabriel, who kind of popped into focus when I opened my drawer full of all these decks of cards. So I have him today. I think I'm going to pull from his if I'm drawn for certain people. Okay. And I also have this one, which is, it's a new one. I got a little while ago. It's by Kyle Gray, and it's Angel Prayers. Anyway, I follow what they tell me. They move my eyes to what I'm supposed to pick. So those are the cards for today. Oh, and also I have this deck, which is a deck of cards I purchased from a gentleman called Tim Bush when I first started doing readings a few years ago. And I found him, and he was following my blogs. And when I went to his blog, he was also doing readings and doing divination and things like that. So I ordered one of his decks, and I really like it. Now I don't know where he is. I can't find him anymore, but I really do like his messages. So if I feel drawn, I will also use that deck. So what's going on with you guys? Are you feeling the spikes with the energy and all that stuff going on? There's been a lot of shifting and a lot of things happening for people. I'm just going to scroll back here and see who's come on. Hi, Rob. Okay, good. Pretty dark. Natalia, Andrea, Janelle. Hello, Janelle. Janelle D. Hello, Janelle D. Indigo. Hello, Indigo. Debbie. Whoops. MT. I was at MT. MT Dreaming. Las Vegas, as my husband would say, Las Vegas. That's cool. I have a friend there that lives in Las Vegas, actually. Haven't talked to her for a while, but Maggie. Tara. Hi, Tara. So how this works, hello, Heather. How this works is whoever I'm drawn to is who I pick, okay? But I can scroll up and down and back and forth on this thing. So, you know, if it's been a while and I haven't picked you, you can always ask again. But if I do readings for you, like every time, try to give people a break, or give other people a chance. The collective likes you to actually sit with the message that they gave you before. Okay, we can't always get our answers given to us or find out, you know, the direction we're supposed to be going in. It's not going to shift that quickly from reading to reading. Okay, you do have to work on the information they bring to you. I talked to God before we started this and asked him to bring me very clear messages for whoever they're guiding me to. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. All right. So if I skip you, if I recognize that I've just done one recently for you, I may not get to you today. Okay. But I will do my very best. So let me see. Guys, it seems to be far away from me. Let me move this a little closer. Okay. All righty. And cannot sneak, Janelle. 12:45 a.m. Holy cow. How about I pull you a card? Since you're up and all, there might be a good reason for that. Maybe because you need a card. So this is the deck for you, my deck. Dreams have been pretty vivid lately for me. How about you guys? When you actually sleep, might have been pretty cool. I've been using my Casina, the sound and light therapy machine I got. Oh my gosh. There's one I did for chakra clearing. It's unbelievable. The way it's tuned to each chakra. Okay. It brings in different melodies and tones and instruments and things to open the chakra and balance it. And it's so powerful. It's 30 minutes long. I did it the other day again. And that's how much I love it. I passed out within about 2 minutes, and I woke up and I somehow knew that Robert had fallen asleep on the couch watching a hockey game. So I muted it and I thought, okay, I'm going to do my thing. I knew when I turned my head, he would be wide awake watching the game, and he was, but I was out for half an hour and I don't know where they took me, but I was in this dream somewhere, but the energy of my field felt so smooth and like, you know, kind of like, where am I? When I woke up, I was that relaxed. It was so amazing. So I've offered that actually, before I pull your card, Janelle. I sent out a newsletter yesterday to my people that have signed up for my newsletter. Okay. And I'm offering a remote session now where I'll do, it's about an hour and a little bit long. I'll do a reading for you, and then we'll hook you into the casino machine via your thing. Okay. You won't see the sound or the light frequencies that come with it, but you'll be able to hear it. And that's what I do. I don't even put the lights on for that one because I don't want to be distracted by it. But that's something I'm offering as a package, as a session that I'll do remotely for you or in person if you're local. Okay. So I'll be posting that on my website like today, probably. I just never had a chance to do it yet. But if you're interested in that, doing a remote session, Zoom, then just get in touch with me, SuzanneBertolas.com, and I will we'll set up a time. I'm kind of excited about that. I can listen to it at the same time. My chakras are going to be so balanced. All right, here we go, Janelle. Oh, it's from my Council of 9. Suppression. Here's the card. Suppression unfolds, awakening your spirit to merge with the light, resurrect and rise. So what that means, Janelle, is that as the energies are shifting, it's really going to unwrinkle you, okay? And in those folds that you have in your energy fields, inner energy field, there's like stuck energy, stuck emotion, stuck, like just things that are stuck that you may not know because it's folded. I can't fold any of my cards, but when there's a fold, right, you can't see what's on the inside of the fold, right? So when they open it, let's open it this way. Out comes the anger or out comes the whatever it is that you're holding on to. Okay, it could be a fear, it could be grief, it could be feeling of unworthiness or not good enough or whatever. It could be something you think that you've kind of worked through, but you haven't. Okay, so what they're telling you is during this time, because everything is increasing in vibration, right? So when it's vibrating like this, it's going to have a chance to unfold that and open that frequency. Okay, so you need to pay attention to what emotions are coming to the surface and realize that they've been stuck. You may have worked through it, okay, but that vibration is still there that you're unaware of. So when it comes out, don't panic and go, oh my God, I worked on this 10 years ago. Or, oh my God, now I know why I can't get past this, because there's still this little pocket of that frequency in my field. Okay, so just be aware that, you know, when the Schumann resonance spikes, when they tweak the EMF, when they do whatever they do with our airwaves, okay, it may shift something for you. Okay, so what they're saying is resurrect is what happens when something comes to the surface after it's been dead for a while, or you thought it was dead, okay? And rise, meaning you can overcome it, kind of just like Jesus did when he resurrected and came out, right? So that's your message. Could be why you're having problems sleeping a little bit too. So there you go. That's your card. I hope it helps you. So ask, when I fall asleep, bring those things to the surface. Show me in dream time so I don't have to deal with it in awake time. Just let's clear some of that stuff, right? We can do that. We work on a lot of things in dream time. All right. Okay, so there you go, Janelle. Benita Bala, you are a new subscriber. Welcome. Yes, you can ask a question. Of course you can. Okay. Okay, Savannah, I can't do I can't do readings like that. I can, but that's not the type of readings I do. Okay, my readings are for whoever I'm reading for personally. I don't jump into other people's issues. Okay, or I can't do that. That goes against universal law, first of all, to jump into somebody else's thought form or their field without permission. Okay, so I can't tell you what relationship questions like that. I can tell you if you're feeling that way and needing that answered, then you're insecure. You're feeling insecurity about the relationship. And that's something you need to work through. You need to work through feeling you're worthy enough. Doesn't matter what he thinks, really. It's how do you feel? It's how do you feel about yourself in that relationship, okay? You're good enough, okay? Regardless of what the other person feels. It's important to know that. But if you're feeling in control and you are a strong person, okay, you're confident, you know who you are, then why would you settle for anything other than that in yourself? You know what I mean? Why would you settle for somebody that may not feel the way you want them to, right? So you should be able to judge how that goes the more you get to know this person, right? And how he truly feels, and trust your intuition. If you're questioning, then there must be something there that's making you question. Okay, and look into that and be truthful. Now's the time to be truthful with everything. Okay, especially, I got to move this camera a bit. Okay, especially with yourself. You can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to your spirit. Okay, it doesn't really matter what another person feels about us. It's what we feel about ourselves. That's important. Okay, so remember that. Okay. Let me see here. Benita, yes, you wanted to ask a question, right? What is my purpose in my life? I would say you're here to help other people, probably, like most of us. I can't tell you what your purpose is either. That's something that your higher self needs to connect with you. You should know if you're following your passion, that's your purpose. If you feel really good about what you're doing, that's what you're here for. Okay, and you utilize it and you apply it to your life. So if you are a creative person and you paint or you do music or whatever it is, whatever makes your heart really expand is what you came here with. That's the gift God gave you, and that is what you're supposed to be using to help the world. So you know, in my quantum healing sessions, that's the first question that people want to know. What is my purpose? Am I on my mission? What am I supposed to be doing? You know, and the answer that always comes through is they need to follow their heart. They're here to help people, you know, but you need to tap into the passion that you're feeling about anything in particular. It may be cooking. It may be working in a library. It may be, you know, working at a car wash or something, you know, where you're helping people. It could be anything like that. Whatever you're passionate about is where your positive energy is going out to the world. And that's where God wants you to be working. And I'm not a preacher. I'm not a preacher. Okay. But I'm very connected to God and Jesus and Mary and everybody. Okay. That's why I come on here and do these readings. So just follow your heart. And that's your purpose. They'll show you, right, Benita? They will show you, give you signs. So the more you trust your intuition and those little messages that come in, don't question them. Well, I mean, you might question and go, well, where did that come from? If you do that, then you know it's directly from your team, okay? And they will guide you. They know why you're here, okay? You sat with your council before you came here. So they know everything you're supposed to be doing, everything you're going to do, and everything you're not going to do. And they're going to try and help you go in the right direction. So follow those little intuitive feelings you get, your gut feelings, because that's them guiding you towards that car wash where you go, oh man, I'd love to just be out here, you know, cleaning people's windows and saying, hey, how's it going? You know, whatever that is, pay attention to the signs they show you and trust that initial thought you get or feeling you get. If it feels good in the heart, then that's your team talking to you. If your head gets in the way, then that's not your team talking to you. That's your ego and the dark energy that doesn't want you to shine your light. Okay? So that's your message. Let me see who else is here. This is your 4th live reading. Constance. I've never even seen you on here, Constance. I will pull a card for you though. Okay? Constance. Janelle, Benita. And oops. Hang on a second. Okay. All right. Constance, did you say you wanted my new deck, right? Okay. Ooh. They said this is going to be deep. So let's just see. They're saying she's listening. She's listening. So they're going to go a little deeper with your reading, or I'm going to have to interpret it a little deeper. Mother Mary is saying she's connected to you. Okay. I'm hearing Mother Mary up on the left. So she's connected to you. I don't know if I'll get her a card from her, but nope. It's from my Council of 9. Okay. So Constance, here we go. The message is truth resides in the heart. You're saying stop lying to yourself. What are you lying to yourself about? Living a lie brings forth a negative emotional state of mind. This is in regards to a relationship. They're not telling me who. Yes, they're telling me who. Okay. They're telling me you're a little disillusioned with this current relationship that you're struggling with right now. And by being disillusioned, you're okay. When you're disillusioned with anything, you realize you allowed yourself to believe something that was not true. So then you go through that whole, oh my God, I was lied to in one form or another by this person. Okay. Or you lied to yourself in regards to how it truly was. You saw what you want to see, or you see what you want to see in this relationship. But now, okay, we're at a time where they're saying it's okay. They're talking to me too. They're saying it's okay because in that time frame, energies were different. The way it is now for you, the frequencies are forcing the truth to come out in one way or another. Okay, so they're saying back then you did not realize, although you had maybe suspicions, but the energies were different. So people could hide. People could hide their lies easier. Okay, we could lie to ourselves easier and brush it off. You know, oh, it is what it is, right? No, when the frequencies start to change and we're raising our body frequency along with the planet and everything else, we're being taken to a place where there's only going to be truth and it's going to be transparent. Okay, this is why our constructs are falling apart right now. Okay, everything's falling apart on the planet. That's not real. That's not truth, right? That's happening on an individual basis as well. And people are struggling with that. So what they want you to do now, okay, is not beat yourself up about that. Where'd you go? There you are, Constance. They're just telling you to stay in touch with your heart now and just move forward. If there needs to be forgiveness, if you respect this person in a sense where you've invested a lot of time, where you want to continue the relationship because you love this person, whoever it is, okay, then acknowledge what happened in the past at a time when it had to happen then so you could learn. And now you need to forgive yourself because you either accepted things when you knew you shouldn't have, or from that person and from your own way of thinking. Okay, so forgiveness needs to happen on both ends there. You need to forgive the person, you need to forgive the situation, you need to forgive yourself, okay, for taking yourself down that road. All right, thank your spirit for the that situation so you could learn. But now, if you want to stay in that relationship, you need to clear it and stay in your heart from now on and trust everything that you're being told. So by yourself, by your spirit, by your team, okay? And you have to go into your heart now because that's where the truth is going to be. You're not going to get truth up here in your mind, in your ego, okay? Truth is always in the heart. That is our connection to God, and like he just doesn't lie. Okay, so he's going to bring you truth always, 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 always. Okay, and that's what they want you to do. So living a lie brings forth negative emotional state of mind, a negative emotional state of mind. So when you realized you were going through that, it could really mess you up emotionally, you know, but you need to pull yourself out of it because you'll get sick from that energy. Okay, you need to pull yourself out of it, forgive and move on whatever direction you want to, and then stay in your heart from this point forward. Trust yourself always. Don't second guess your team when they bring you information. And your team is like your guides, your higher self, your spirit, God, the angels, all of them. Okay, when they're working for you to help you see truth. So trust that. And they're right here. They're inside. Okay, we don't need to look out or talk to our girlfriends or talk to our mom or talk to anybody. We need to talk to our spirit that has all our answers. Okay, so that is your card, Constance. I hope that helps. I haven't seen any comments come through from you since I started your reading, so I don't know. Let's see. So Constance, I hope that helped you. I will move on. Cameron, how can I tune into my higher self better when I have to take antidepressants and Thanks, Constance, for like validating that. They did kind of tell me who the person was, but I don't get into personal that way, not live, that's for sure. Okay, but you know, right? Okay, Cameron. Okay, first of all, I'm not a doctor, can't tell you to stop taking medication or anything like that. My suggestion would be, if you have to take your medication for a chemical imbalance, which sometimes we have to, right? I would ask that your medication be surrounded with white light so that that white light can still connect to your higher self, okay? Because it's the white light we connect through, okay? Every time you take that medication, Cameron, okay? Was it Cameron? Yes. You want to protect it only for the highest good. Help my chemical imbalance, keep me connected to source. Surround the medication so there's no damage to my body, keep me connected to source. Surround it in white light so I can stay connected, okay? Really? What's the word? State that intention, okay? Your higher self will connect to you, okay? That's your inner self. Well, obviously, right? Yeah, try it. That's what I would do. Okay, if you have to take it. I've done so many quantum sessions, and the higher self has said, sometimes people need to take medication. Not all the time, but sometimes they really do. Okay, and but then there's the power of the white light. Okay, so just remember that and trust that. Okay, Cameron? All right. Okay. If you do Reiki it. Let me go back up here now. Tiffany. They're telling me to pull from my first, this one. Okay. Oh, and Archangel Gabriel. So that's 2 cards for you, Tiffany. I'm still thinking of doing a group regression, like a live regression, but I'm going to have to figure out how to do it so that I don't have like thousands of people come on at one time. I don't know if I could do like a private YouTube viewing thing. I wish I understood that kind of stuff. I know how to do Zoom, but that gets too complicated. And people always message me at the last minute, I can't get in the room, and I give all the instructions I can possibly give, and I still have to deal with that. So I don't want any of that if I'm going to do a regression. So if I come on live to do it like this, then anybody can come on, right? I like smaller groups, Can you create like a not a watch party, or Facebook does that, but like something where people have to sign up to come into YouTube, like, so there's only a certain number of people, without paying for it. I want to do a free one, but I just want to keep it limited a bit. Or they're telling me I should step out of fear and just do it. But when you take somebody into a past life, I've done enough sessions that I see some crazy stuff go down. So Tiffany, here we go. They're saying you're overwhelmed because you're trying to learn too much at one time and you need to slow down. You're taking on too much. They'll show you when it's the right time. If you take on too much information, you can't rationalize it. There's too much. And then if you're not good at discerning what's truth and what's not truth, it can really mess you up. Because you'll read an article about this and think, oh, I totally get that. And then you'll read this and it'll be totally opposite and go, oh my God, I thought it was this. Then it becomes overwhelming, right? You need to slow down a little bit. Okay, here we go. Stand alone is your card. That's kind of what I'm saying. You don't need everybody else to take care of it for you, right? Staying true to who you are often means others distance themselves from you. Trust in your own abilities and understandings, your own, okay? To thrive even when there is no one else around you, you are strong. So this card is just a reminder that it doesn't matter what comes at you to overwhelm you or what comes at you to freak you out or make you question or whatever. You can handle it on your own. You need to slow down, know you're a force on your own and that you can handle it, okay? This tree was a tree in Jamaica on a beach, my husband and I, when we had our honeymoon, okay? It was the only tree on the beach. I'm not even kidding, like close to the water, the only tree that survived all the storms, all the waves, all the everything that blew through there. Okay, it still had leaves, right? A few up top. So it was still alive. It was still managing through all the bad stuff coming at it, right? So that's kind of who you are. You need to recognize who you are, realize, hey, you don't need to rush anything. Strong and steady wins the race, or slow and steady wins the race, right? So you want to just take your time with things. If there's lots of children in your life, I don't know why they're telling me that. They're showing me lots of little children for some reason. Do you do daycare or something? You know, I'm not sure, Tiffany. Oh, 3 kids. Okay, they're showing me lots of kids and you in the middle of all the kids. Okay, that could be overwhelming as well. All right, but what they're showing me is more of you're trying to learn so much in a short period of time that you've only recently woken up within the last few years. Okay, slowly but it's coming fast now for a lot of people. So people are having a hard time dealing with all the information, right? All right, Holly, who's Holly? Oh, that's Trace. Hi, Trace. Okay, let me see. Gabriel wanted to give you a card. And he's telling me that one. Share your art with the world. It's time to allow others to enjoy your creative work. Are you an artist? Do you do artwork? You better put it out there if you are. Any kind of artwork. It doesn't have to be painting. It could be writing. It could be singing. It could be music. Could be like knitting, could be whatever it is, you know. It's time to get it out there. You would be surprised what comes in artwork that you create when you're creating it from your heart. Your team's working with you. So what your team does is they encode it with frequencies and with symbols and messages that other people recognize when they see it. And I'm learning this in a big way with my own artwork. When I put out my last painting, I got so many comments, more than any other painting I've ever done. So many people resonated with it. And there's got to be some kind of energy in it that people are getting from the painting. So artwork and anything creative, Tiffany, that's a gift given to you, okay, that you need to do while you're here. That's part of the agreement you probably made, okay? So they're telling you it's time, or Gabrielle's telling you it's time for you to do that, okay? So step into that. You may not feel you're creative, but he's telling you you are. So what is it that you do? What do you do, Tiffany, that's creative, art-wise? Let me just show you something here, guys. Come on, turn. It's not going to turn. Why does it do that to me? Okay. Hang on. Can you guys see this? Oh, it's so hard to see on here. I can't. You know what? Hang on. I can take it right off the wall. Okay, so this is my latest. I can't see if you guys can see it. Can you see it? It's probably hard for you to see, right? But anyway, that's my latest painting. And if you go on my Facebook page, it's now my my profile, like my thing at the back behind my photo. And if you look at it on a computer, because of the vibrancy of the colors, right? Like you can't really see it very well, but I keep looking at it. So there's something in it that those colors, and somebody commented that it was like The same colors as labradorite, that crystal. And she was right. I looked at it, I'm like, oh my God, it's the same colors, right? So anyway, Tiffany. Okay, let me see here. Your sales for business and IT consulting, but I do like to doodle and draw. Oh my God, you're thinking of writing a book. That's why Gabriel come out. Because he's the guy he's the archangel that works with communication and writing. He comes forward and helps you with getting a message across. So it's time for you to write that book if that's what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? If that's what you're wanting to do, he's telling you it's time. Okay? He helped me with 3 books. I didn't realize he was until I did a quantum session and he told me. That, hey, who do you think was there with you when you were writing your books, right? So he's coming right forward to say, hey, let's go. Okay, Tiffany, so start. You just have to start. Just start. Okay, good luck with that. And I'd like to know what it's about when you're all done. Okay, let me see who else is here. Thank you for the comments on the picture, but you really should see it, like for real, what do you call it, on the computer. Let me see here. Sachi, really? Yeah, the energy off it is, yeah, I kind of like it too. My mom looks at it and she goes, oh my God, I see the angels and I see this and I see that. Like people that can scry and look at something and see other things in it, it's kind of cool. You know what, Tiffany? Writing a book is so therapeutic, but it can be so beneficial and helpful for other people, right? Like my second book was about it's called The Single Married Chick. And it's when I went through my divorce, okay? And it wasn't bashing my ex, but I realized it really helped me clear, and it turned into a self-empowerment book for other women. And so many women have bought it across Canada. When Robert and I toured for his MS, I had his book that I wrote about his life and his MS, and then my book that I had written. And yeah, so you never know what your book is going to do, how it's going to help people. And with e-downloading now, I really want to get my chick book, I call it, in e-format so people can just download it for free. I don't even care, but I want to get it onto my website somehow. I need to find the file of it completed because I can't find that. But anyway, let's see. Who else is on here? I'm pulling from different decks, Faven. Faven, okay, Faven, what's going on? Faven, are you male or female? I need to know. I feel a desperation in your message. Well, your male energy is coming forward, okay? Because I'm feeling male from you. Your male energy is coming forward. You need to soften a bit, they're telling me. You need to soften a bit, which means sometimes, okay, I'll pull a card for you. Sometimes when we're strong women, we can come across as being too masculine in the way that we're strong, right? And they're saying soften a little bit. Okay. What am I going to pull? They're telling me to pull from my new one. Yeah, my rising sign is Leo. I'm Aquarius with the rising Leo, and we are strong. We're very powerful. The Leo aspect, right? But when you're a female Leo, you need to like settle that roar down a little bit. Okay. Part of the problem with the imbalance on this planet, when they're saying, you know, the masculine energy has been taking over for so long, it's not all the men, right? There's a lot of women that are very strong and bringing forward that masculine energy, and we need to balance it. We need to bring more of the feminine from women and from men to balance it. Okay, so we all have to do our part, and we can't point our fingers at the opposite sex because we embody both energies. Okay. Okay. My partner, Cameron, is a Gemini. If anyone lives with a Gemini, you know my life. Okay. Now, Faven, here we go. Tomorrow I'm doing a Qshi session for a remote one for a friend of mine who owns the Tranquil Healing Center in California. And I'm so excited to do a session for her. And I'm looking forward to posting her video. I think we're going to get some, I know she'll have some personal questions, but she's a humanitarian as well. So I think there'll be a lot of questions related to that. You know, what's going on in the world and trying to get answers for things like that. So I'm really, really excited. Really excited. Sometimes I just do free sessions, you know, and people don't know. Okay, here we go. Oh, Faven, it's my Council of Nine. My guys are really coming through today, Council of Nine. And I'm hearing Liviel is one of my, he stepped forward in a session a few weeks ago. He wanted to introduce himself. He's one of my council, Archangel Liviel, and I'm hearing his name. So he brings in the white light. He shines the white light. So he's here today helping. Anyway, here's your card. Okay. Have patience. Rushing the outcome hinders creation from the highest source. When we try to get to the finish line before God wants us to get there, we miss a lot of the things in between the starting point and the end point. Have you ever heard that like Robert says it all the time, enjoy the journey. Remember where you're at right now. It's important to slow down what you're doing and know you're going to reach your end result anyway, right? But slow down and have patience, because if you push through and you rush all the time, you're going to miss those moments that can be really special and bring a lot of clarity, could just bring a certain frequency and vibration into your field that you need, you know, when you slow down, okay? And your team will do it to you if you don't, okay? And have patience. They will slow you down, okay? Something will happen, like you'll twist your ankle or you'll hurt your knee or you'll whatever. You'll run out of gas so you can't drive. They'll shut your computer down so you can't work. That's what they did to me. Okay, that's why that painting was created, because I was working so much. They're like, slow down. You have 2 sessions. You have an in-person session coming, and then you have to teach a class the next day with like 7 students. That's a lot of energy you have to hold, especially for your in-person session. Because that last session I had, okay, the Blue Angels came in and I could see the energy around the bed. It was insane. I was exhausted. If I hadn't taken the time before for myself, I wouldn't have been able to make it through that, right? And I wouldn't have been able to create that, which is helping so many people. You know, when you slow down and go for a walk and just train yourself to have patience and look at things and see the beauty in things and enjoy things that has been created for us to enjoy, it can just change your life totally, right? So rushing means we miss out on those little things that can benefit us in a huge way. Okay, so Faven, chill out. Chill out a little bit, slow it down. Okay, so let me see here what you've said. I've been having an urge to write a lot more, but I'm not patient. I understand that part. Do you know what you could do? totally understand that you want to write, but you're not patient enough. You want to get there. Get a digital recorder. And instead of typing, speak. Okay? Speak. If you're wanting to write a book, speak instead of typing. You'll be able to get it out of you easier than sitting there and you can't type as fast as your brain is working. Okay? But you can speak that fast. So that would be my suggestion for you. I do that now. Sometimes when somebody gives me a long-winded email, and I get tons of them, okay? And I want to answer people, but I hate typing now. Okay, I hate it. And what I'll do is I'll hit the audio button and I'll just talk to the person and answer their questions and everything and send them an audio. Sometimes I'll send a typed out message. But if I'm just like feeling like you, Faven, I just haven't got time to sit and type right now, I'll do an audio instead. So try that, okay? And save those files in a little folder on your computer, chapter 1, chapter 2, whatever, right? You can go back and listen again when you can slow it down, and then you can type it out or have somebody type it out for you, okay? Yeah, it is a really good idea, okay? So let me see. Somebody asked a question up here. Am I coming to California, Faven? You know what? I really wanted to, and I'm not the type of person to say, hey, if I'm coming there, you have to pay for my accommodations and you have to pay for my flight and you have to do that. I don't feel that's right. You know, if it was a huge corporation or somebody that wanted me to go and do something, I would say, well, can you pay for my flight and my accommodations? But for small venues and things like that, I wouldn't do that, right? Because everybody's trying to help humanity and we should be helping each other. However, my plan was to go to California, but the flight, the accommodations, the length of time I would need to be there to do sessions, like, because I can't do them back to back. I have to have at least a day or a day and a half, 2 days in between a session. So I'd have to be there for quite a long time to do even 6 sessions, right? I'd have to be there 3-4 weeks to do 6 sessions. And I'm not even kidding. The energy that comes in for me in my sessions is insane. So I know how my team wants me to work with it. And then I'd have to pay for accommodations and a car because I can't be stuck. You know, like you, Faven. I can't be stuck. I need to move, you know, but I really wanted to. So I just don't think I'm going to be doing it this time, but I do remote things, right? I'm going to work with my friend, Kimberly, the one I'm doing the session with tomorrow, to do a group regression in her healing center remotely. So I don't know where you are, but maybe you could participate that way. I forget who asked me now if I was. Hi, Kathy. I don't remember who asked me about California. Sorry. Okay, let me see here. Let me just look. Okay, Cameron, you asked about shadow people. Shadow people is, I've heard different things, but I like this take. Your third eye is not open yet. It's calcified, so you can't see in color, okay? You're not ready to see clearly through the veil yet. So sometimes we do see them as like a shadow color, a grayish color. It's probably just your guide. Okay, I wouldn't panic. Trust the heart feeling you get from it. And MT, you are asking about film strips of dozens of people. I think you could be jumping to another location. If you're in that, just before you fall asleep in the somnambulistic state, you're able to, like, you're in that realm. So you could go to an area, and sometimes our team will show us things like that in a film strip or a video. When I have my visions, when I first started, it would be like this. They would go click, and there's the image, but it would be still. And they'd show me that, right? And then they'd show me in full-blown color. Then they started showing me like video, like moving, and I could watch, like through my third eye, I could see what they were showing me, and it was only a couple seconds, right? And now I see a lot longer. I can focus longer and watch it for maybe 5 seconds, and then it's gone, right? It's all training your third eye. And you're probably just moving to a location in a different dimension where there's lots of people, and you're probably from there or familiar with the location. Okay. You may be going there just to raise the frequency or take your light, you know? All right. Let me see here. Who else came on here? Jenny Spooner. Where is your income? Okay, Jenny. Are you working? You're welcome, MT. You're welcome, Cameron. Would it be possible to ask you if I know the person I will marry? AP, I can't answer questions like that. How do you feel in your heart about it? I can't tell you that one. You have to talk with your team about that. Jenny. Daycare. You do daycare? Zero income. Daycare. Well, I don't know. I'm hearing government, that's what they said, governmental issues. So that could mean that you're getting the runaround. But I don't know your situation, okay? It says daycare disabled, or unless that's supposed to be disabled, zero income, I'm not sure. I don't know where you live. I don't know the laws of for being on disability, if that's what you are on. I don't know. I can't tell you that one. There's too many variables with that. But having a zero income, like there should be assistance of some kind, either like unemployment insurance, being unemployed, disability benefits. If you're disabled, sorry, because I don't know if that was a typo up there. I care for my autistic grandson. Okay, so you're probably a little bit older. So is there no, and I'm not sure what country you live in, but I know in Canada, there are, what do you call it? There's benefits for those who stay home to care for the elderly. So there may be something like that to care for another child, you know, or a child that is disabled as well, or whatever. Not disabled, because autistic children are so smart. It's crazy, right? But if you're being the one maybe you should be asking for some, what do you call it? Some payment, some form of payment. I don't know. You're 60. You still should be. It's your time, right? And I know we love to help our children with their children, but we also have to live. This is a time where everybody needs to be working and everybody needs an income. Unless you planned very well, as a 60-year-old to have a wad of cash in your account. But, you know, the way society has manipulated us, I don't know too many people that are like that. We live week to week, right? If you're an artist, then tap into that skill. Ask your team to show you what you can do to create something to help other people, that you can start a little online business like what I do, right? Use your skills that you have and try to think of something and a way you could utilize them to bring you a little bit of income. You know, create a deck of oracle cards if you're an artist like I did. You know, I've created three oracle card decks. They're expensive to print and sell, but you do too much for others, you maybe need to learn where to rein it in a little bit and spend some time for yourself, because how are you going to survive? Okay. One thing my mom taught me when I was young was that, and I went to hairdressing school. I didn't even know what I was going to do at 18. I finished high school, graduated. She's like, what are you going to do? I have no idea. This was my mom got me so on my path. She says, well, you like braiding the horses' tails, so why don't you go to hairdressing school? And that's what I did. I said, okay. So I went. Well, that 34 years ago led me to where I'm at right now, hairdressing. Okay. It got me helping women for decades with my gift being able to come through without me realizing I was doing that, to then having a wig shop helping cancer patients, meeting my husband who has MS, taking Reiki, starting to work with the angels, starting to do readings, and then now doing quantum sessions. So, you know, you just have to tap into whatever it is, but it's important that you have a career or something. The governments aren't going to support us as seniors. They're just not, or it's going to be minimal, right? And the way the pricing of living, or the price of living these days, is crazy. Okay, nobody can survive on a minimum wage income anymore, right? So that's what I would look into, utilizing your skills. Just be creative. Call in Archangel Gabriel. Okay, ask him to help you to think of something, and trust that you're good enough to do it. That you can, and they'll guide you and they'll help you down that road. Okay. Well, just ask. Now you know who to ask for. Archangel Gabriel. Okay. Uriel as well. He's another one. He's a good one to help with things. So let me see. Hopefully that helps you. And sorry, I can't tell you where your income is. You're allowing it to be that way. Okay. We got to be accountable for our choices that we make to help other people. It's wonderful to be there to help other people, but we're making that choice. So if you're not making an income because you're doing this, then that was your decision to do that, right? And sometimes that's the hard thing to hear. You want to help as many people as you can, especially your kids, right? But like, I'm not a typical grandma. I have 4 grandkids, and my kids know I have a job. I have to do what I have to do to help those people. It's part of my mission, right? I'm there for them when I can be, and if it's an emergency, of course. But I'm not the grandma to stay home and babysit, you know? So you just have to decide how you want to move forward. Okay, let me back up here. Gabriel will wake you up in the middle of the night. If you say, Gabriel, I'm waiting, he'll come. And he used to wake me up in the middle of the night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, get up and go to your computer and write this chapter. That was Gabriel. He cracks the whip. Okay, so if you're asking him to help you, you better be ready. Okay? Just keeping it real. That's how it was for me. Okay. Is there a set date for the new Earth, or could it happen at any moment?
Is a gradual ascension of the population one by one or everyone at once sometime in the future? I believe, this is my belief, and after doing many sessions, is that it's a personal thing we all go through. It's a way of feeling. It's a way of living your life. Okay. It's living in your heart and the best that you can. Okay. Not getting pulled into drama and the reality of the 3D world. Okay. There will be increasing energies coming in where there will be at one point a flash that everybody's going to be affected by it. Some people will know, some people won't. Those that are in a lower frequency might just have a really bad day, you know, but those of us that are waking up or awake, expecting something, will feel that energy. You know, like we have those moments where we feel that euphoric energy coming over us. That's what it's going to be like, right? I feel. And it's going to hit everybody at one time. If this light's coming in, hitting the planet, that's what I hear, right? And the frequency of that is going to shift everybody one way or another. Ascension is gradual. It's life after life after life. Many of us have already ascended, but we come back to help those people that haven't. So when you know you're an angel or you're from God, then you've already ascended. You just came back to help. Okay. So getting caught up in that is a bit silly. We need to just be as positive as we can while we're here in this body, knowing our spirits are alive forever, and be the kind of person that we want the whole world to be like, to be nice to everybody, right? Not saying we can't have our moments of weakness, right? Because we are human and those energies affect us physically, right? So, you know, it is what it is. The energy's shifting all the time, you know? I don't think there's going to be any big catastrophic earth-changing thing that's going to happen to us. I really don't. Mother Earth is cleansing herself. She is taking care of her own. That's what she does. That's what she's done forever. Okay? Don't think she can't shake us all off like fleas if she doesn't want us here. Okay? So those of us that are here to anchor and hold the light, help her. You know, we have to do our part. We have to help the water. Sometimes the water is just helping the water is just by being by it, speaking to it, because it's a conscious being, the water, right? I watched this documentary where the water, all the water on the planet has always been on the planet in one form or another, forever and ever, amen. So the water we drink, maybe 1,000 years ago, is the same water that our ancestors drank, right? It keeps whatever, coming back on the planet. It evaporates, it comes back. It snows, it rains, we have droughts, and then it rains, you know, like it's continual, right? So we have to not get caught up in it. Just be the best person we can be in our lifetime, right? And you'll feel the shifts in yourself. You'll feel when you don't get caught up in drama. You can stay balanced when somebody's in front of you freaking out and telling you their story, and you're like, you just sit there and you let them go off the handle, right? But it doesn't affect your field. If you can do that and you're not feeling it anywhere energetically, then you know you're doing really well. If somebody can sit in front of you like that and be all frustrated and flustered and angry and mad, then, you know, and that person isn't connected to you in some way, okay, like a family member where they, you know, may trigger you, but it's a good place to be. So just work towards that. Take care of your body, take care of your mind, you know, do things that make you feel good, help other people. That's what we're supposed to do. Oh, Jamie. Oh, you're welcome. Hope it. Well, I read whatever they told me. I pictured him. I didn't know who I was reading for. So if your older son was meant to get that message, then that's who they gave me the message for. If it resonated more with him. So let me see here. Joan. Yeah, Tara, that's so true. Staying calm is, if you think back on your life, like I can think back on my life anyway, and recall certain situations where I've had people freaking out right in front of me. And even back then, before I knew about all this ascension stuff, I stayed calm. I don't know how, because I can fight, rip, roar, and let it go too, like everybody else if I want to, right? But when you're in a moment, it's just like your spirit takes over and goes, okay, Suzanne, this person is peaking right now. It's not about you. Just hold the field and stay calm. That's what you have to do. And it's going to be more and more frequent. In living in a building, you hear all kinds of things when you go up and down in the elevator. And sometimes I just stand there. Listen, to the people complaining about this and that and the other thing. And, about the building or whatever. And I'm always like, I love this place. Like, I try to like flip it, but what can you do? People are who they are. All right. Who did I say there? McJabin Nalgo, who are you? You know what a Timmy's is. You're Canadian. McJabin. Actually, Tim Hortons really should use filtered water, and I don't think they do. Mark, you know what? You just got to stay calm. Let them go off. It's not much you can do about it. They don't know. So this is the thing. Those of you that are here, right, there's changes going on. You're aware of ascension. You're aware of frequencies. You're aware of the Schumann's resonance and incoming light and how we're being affected, right? But there's people out there that have no clue. They don't know about these channels. They don't know about, quantum healing sessions. They don't know any of this new stuff, right? Which really isn't new, but current stuff, let's put it that way. They're still stuck in their life of, I have to work 40 hours a week. I must have a new car. I must do this. I must have a big house and must have a $600,000 mortgage. They're still stuck in that. So when these energies come in, that's not truth, right? That's not living in truth. That's living in the manipulated world that we were raised in. So when these frequencies come in, they don't know how to process it, and they go crazy or they get angry, or you know what I mean? You see it, road rage, you see whatever. People that aren't aware of the shift are having a hard time right now. Okay. Eli. Hi, Eli. He called you a bad word and said you need to sweep your lawn. Okay. Heather, that's cool. That's the yin and yang, right? You probably know that already. That means you're balanced, maybe. That's good. Montana. Okay, let me see. Joan. Thanks, Jamie. I get sidetracked and I forget. Hi, Dusty. How can you release attached energies on your own? Joan, I'm not forgetting about you. I'm just scrolling. This is why I like YouTube, because I can get to more people. On Facebook, I have this much room to read comments and they fly by. You can, Dusty, call in the white light and Archangel Michael. And, well, the best one, well, yeah, I shouldn't say the best one. I'm not going there. Some archangels are sensitive. Okay, but there are other people that can remove entities as well. But Archangel Michael is really good at that. Okay, he'll come in, but you just have to ask them to remove anything that is not there for your highest good. Okay, I would suggest any of you that want to do my reading and a chakra balancing thing that I'm doing remotely. Okay, if you're thinking of doing that, before you come and have it done, set the intention to have anything removed like that, entities or attachments. But I feel when you get your frequencies the way they're supposed to be, you know, that the negatives can't attach to you. When you raise your light quotient, okay, the dark cannot attach to you. It can try, but it won't be able to stay for very long, right? Because you'll know. So you've got to raise your frequency. The more you do that, whoever asked me now, I'm scrolled way up there. So apologies if I forget who I'm talking to, but raise your frequency. Nothing can stay with you. Call on Jesus. Everything has to run when he comes. I call him all the time in my sessions, always, and Archangel Michael. But when Jesus comes in, the dark cannot stay in his presence. They just don't want to. So the attachments will go. So do my white light body scan healing meditation. That's what I would suggest for you. It's on my website. For now, I might be taking that down because some people are doing it, and it's shifting so much in them, they're getting really sick. Like it's bringing up the stuck energy, and they're purging because it's to clear, right? And I worry about that. I don't want people to get sick. So, but anyway, it's still up there right now. Do it at your own risk. The white light body scan healing meditation on SuzanneBertolas.com. Okay. All right, Joan. Excuse me. Hi, Sylvie. I see you sneaking in. Okay. Joan. Okay, so we're talking about chakras, which is really funny. This is talking about food that is the same color as your chakra system, your chakras. Okay, so eat food with the same colors as the block chakra to help realign and balance. So if you're having like heartache, or you're having anger issues, or survival mode issues, anything like that, tune into which chakra's out of balance. If you're not speaking your truth, if there's something you want to say that's on your mind and you're just not saying it, and you're feeling kind of here, then you know your throat chakra is blocked. You need to go and look on a chart that shows you the colors for each chakra, as I can't remember. Okay, and then eat the foods for that chakra, and it's going to help to rebalance and realign you. Okay, and it really does work because color has its own frequency. This is what this whole mind and sound frequency and color frequency is all about, and that's why I'm getting into it more. I actually had oh gosh, Albert Einstein show up in front of my face more than once, and the first time he did, he told me about sound frequency and color, and that sound frequency can shift the vibration of a color or something. Like I need to look it up. I wrote it down. Okay, and I thought at the time that message was for Michael Lee Hill, and I sent it to him and he understood it, but I'm starting to think that maybe now it was also meant for me, because being a musician and an artist, maybe he was wanting me to understand that. I don't know, but I'm starting to more and more understand frequency and color, and how it heals. So that was your card. So check that out, Joan. Okay. Hopefully it helps you. Dusty. I love Jesus too. He's flipping funny, man. My session the other day, Archangel Michael is so funny. He came flying in we were talking to a guide, and in my head, I'm going, Archangel Michael, are you here? And then she goes, Archangel Michael's speaking, and he was like in. She said she saw him come in like a flash, like that. And I was like, that's so cool. And I'm like, well, but where was Jesus? And she says, he was standing back like this, all chill. She could actually see on the other side, him standing there. And he was like watching, okay? And he was overseeing. He was probably overseeing a bunch of us doing sessions the other day. But it was very cool. And yeah. I don't know how I got to that, talk about that. But, oh, yeah, you said you love Jesus. Yeah. Oh, good. You've used the meditation. Excellent. Well, I truly, 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 really love the chakra balancing one. I'm going to do it today again. It's so amazing. Like Sylvie did it the other day. Didn't you, Sylvie? Smart voice, I mean. How did you find it? You know what? I did it after the class, and I passed out with it. It was so amazing. Anyway, let me see who else is here. Indigo, you've been on here for a while. You've been patiently waiting. I saw you at the beginning. And Tony Johnson. Would you believe I have a cousin, Tony Johnson? Are you my cousin? And you're just not telling me? Spelt wrong. How interesting is that? I'm thinking I better do a reading for you. Okay, but I did say indigo. I'm being kind of pulled to this one, okay? You're welcome, Joan. You're not? How do I know? How do I know you're not? Are you male or female? You're female. Okay. Okay, so indigo. Yeah, they told me you were female. It's very cool. My cousin's a male. Okay. Indigo, indigo. Oh, here's your card. See how they do this? What's that? Isn't that funny? Spirit animal. Because I have that deck here. So I'm going to pull that for you as well. Okay. Spirit animal. Thank you, animal kingdom, for blessing my path with love. So I would say you're connected with the animals, the animal world. Okay. The spirit animals. But what I'm going to do is pull an animal for you. Okay. Hello, Gypsy. How are you? Safe at home? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so indigo. It is indigo, the air dragon. Okay, so you want to look up air dragon. Give me 1 sec. Let me just take a quick look here. If it says, oh. Air dragon is inspiration, insight, and vitality. That's good. That's good. Dragons are very sacred, by the way. Very, very sacred. Old. Air dragon. Okay, so he's going to come into your life with sudden bursts of like illumination. Okay. It brings insight to you, clarity to your thoughts and imagination. And he's a conveyor of numinous power. The air dragon can be seen as a symbol of visitation, for he is a messenger of the sky god. So, very cool. I'll let you look up more on that though. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So that's your card. Being connected to the animal kingdom for sure, but the air dragon in particular. So that's good. All right. My God, it's coming to me. Butterfly and birds. That's the air. Very cool. Yep, Robert and I are doing well. We had a nice day yesterday, Gypsy. We walked around the other side of the lake, and it was beautiful. Robert's checking out the water because I'm going to get him a metal detector. So he wants to start doing some panning for gold or something. I don't know. But he's got, I swear to God, he must have been an alchemist or something in another lifetime, because he's got this fascination, as much as I do with rocks. He'll stand and he'll look at the ground and think, why is that there? Why is that mound there? It's not like when you look at the rest of the ground, it's like he was a geologist or something. I don't know. So I'm going to get him a metal detector so we can go and do some some fun things like that. Okay, so Tony. Okay, here we go. Dragons are awesome. Oh, very cool. I was actually told that I have a red magna dragon, that's what I was thousands of years ago, way back at creation. Thousands at my highest self. Okay, magna dragon, which are red. But I once saw the eye of a dragon when I was trying to connect. Okay, and it was about this big. It was huge. Okay, and I could see it was a white dragon. And I could just see the eye the first time, and the second time he opened up a little bit more and I saw the spikes, but it was white. And then somebody told me that is Archangel Gabriel's dragon. I believe it was Gabriel. So that made sense, but I don't know. I haven't got confirmation on that. But anyway, Tony, here we go. No, the air dragon was not for you. The air dragon was for Indigo. Okay, I better write this down, Tony. Then Carolyn. Eli, that's so awesome. Eli, are you the Eli I'm having a session with? Just curious. If so, that's very cool. Yay! You're going to have a wicked session. I already feel it. Okay. You're going to have such a great session. I'm excited. Okay. Let me get back to work here. Tony. Oh, he makes an entrance. Did I say his name? Jesus. Okay. The biggest challenge is to release control and allow the heart to make the choices. Make heartfelt decisions. So he's telling you, step out of your head a little bit and step more into your heart, Tony. Okay. Trust that the answers that come from your heart are from God. Okay. And it's always truth. Whether it breaks our heart. Ooh, it's getting cold in here. Whether it breaks our heart or not. Okay. Whether it makes us feel good or whatever. Trust your heart with for your answers and when you ask your questions. Okay. Oh gosh, they are coming in. I can feel them. I always start talking about dragons and then it gets really cold in here. Okay, so he's just saying, try to step out of your mind a little bit, okay, Tony, where you're trying to figure things out a little bit too much. You're trying to analyze and in a way feel like if you analyze it and you think really hard about it and long and hard about it and rationalize and think from all angles, you'll have the right answer. Okay, but it doesn't work like that. You just need to check in with your heart. So ask the question and then trust the frequency that you get for your answer. So if it's a positive feeling, you know that's your answer. You know, you're never going to get a negative feeling from your heart. So you just have to trust the frequency and learn to recognize how your team works with you and how God works with you in regards to answering questions for you. Okay. So try not to analyze too much. Trust your heart a little bit more and that gut instinct you get. Okay. So that's your card. I think it's hilarious. He came out after we started talking about him. He's cool. All right. Let me see. Carolyn. Dracaris. What does that mean, Rob? Rob. Carolyn. Yes, I'm doing you, Carolyn. Dracaris. Fire. Does it mean fire? I'm hearing fire. Dracaris. Oh, it's a game. Okay. Does it mean fire? Seriously, because they told me it did. They said Suzanne. It means fire. I have no idea. Love my team. Okay, here we go. Carolyn. Oh, this is a good one. Third eye visions give insight of life behind the veil. So trust your visions that you're getting and then create something from the visions they're showing you, like I did with my painting. I've explained this before. So this was a vision, my team, my council, okay, but they were just around a flame. So then what I did was I painted a picture and it kind of turned into that, okay? But they want you to start to tune into the visions they're giving you a little more. And when you create from that, okay, it brings about insight and understandings, and it helps you to learn how to expand. Okay, so that's actually a really good card. Now that painting I showed you guys earlier, the one of the mountain, they showed me a vision last week, and it wasn't quite like that. But they showed me these green peaks, almost look like the mountains in St. Lucia. You know, they're like pyramid shape. They're okay, but they were really big, but they were really green. Okay, and they were like pointed. And then there was a little village down at the bottom. So the mountains were this big and the houses were this big. Okay, but they showed me them in similar colors. And what it was so clear, I was looking at it from above. And my first thought was, when I woke up, was, wow, that was beautiful, first of all, but how would I ever do a painting from that perspective? So that's how they started getting me back into, hey, you need to paint. They showed me that, knowing I would start thinking, how could I paint that, right? And then it was about a week later, I started painting, and it kind of came out like that, but it was similar colors. Do you know what I mean? So there you go, Carolyn. Okay, Gypsy, I'm going to pull from my original deck for you. Remember your past. Okay? You are being guided to remember where you came from. Everyone grows differently in life. However, simple teachings can be forgotten as we get caught up in everyday stressful experiences. So show composure. It's just a reminder for you to remember your, like, see, this is going to sound bad because I met you and I can know what you're like. Okay, but it's not. Generally, the card means don't forget about being compassionate to another person. Don't forget about simple manners, you know, saying yes, please, and thank you, and holding doors and things like that, because I know you're not like that. Do you know what I mean? But that's generally what the card means. Remember simple teachings that you've had when you're in moments of stress. So just try to keep your emotions together when you're dealing with situations that kind of make you agitated, okay? Still remember to use, you know, composure, to keep composed, and to stay tapped into your heart, okay? They're telling me there's some changes coming for you, and it's a pull, like a push and pull, like there's a pull and you're like almost resisting. You're resisting. And you're going to get to a point where you're really agitated with that resistance. Okay, so there's going to be changes. That's all they're telling me. And they're showing me they're showing me, which is how they sometimes show me stuff. It's like when you know you got to do something and you don't want to do it. But you know you got to do it and you don't want to do it. And they keep bringing it to you until you do. They're like, okay, I got to do it. But at that point, you'd be like frustrated because you really don't want to. But once you step into it and you make that move, or you take that step, then it's like the energy shifts, because your team is like, they'll talk to you. Like, you realize you need to do this. So let's just do this gracefully. Okay. And then this happens to me all the time. Then your energy will smooth out. You know, it actually totally happened to me yesterday, and I won't go into details. But that's exactly how it worked. All day long, I knew this thing was going to happen. And I'm like, yeah. And then I finally, when I just did it, it's like, I felt good, actually. So that's what they want you to understand. Okay. Remember the little things so you can control the bigger things that might make you a little agitated. Okay. So there you go. Dusty. And I'm picking from here. Can you guys hear that? It's Maggie snoring around the corner. Okay, Dusty. Okay, this is your card. It flew out. Balance. That's a nice card. It's a nice angel, actually. Balance. Thank your angels for bringing you balance into your life. Okay, but I don't take it like that. You need balance. You need to ask them to bring you balance. Okay, I don't think you've done that yet. I think you need to. I think that there's just a lot going on in your life right now when you need to try and regain some inner balance at your core. They're telling me at your core. So you need to hook into that. So do some meditations. Do some meditations and try to bring yourself back to center. Because we have aspects, right? We have anybody that knows me knows I watch Rion. We have our light side. We have our angelics. We have our night side, which is like the other aspects of us that have duality and can go, hey, let's do this, when these guys are saying, no, let's stay on this side over here. So you have a pull from both sides, right? You need to bring them into center and go, hey, I'm the root of all you guys, including my highest self. I'm the one down here. So let's pull this all together. So braid everybody together, get them in that, like I do this sometimes to pull my team together, you know? when you're talking or when you're connecting with them. Pull their energies together, okay? But maybe we should be pulling them this way. I don't know why I always go this way, but whatever. When you're pulling it from the heart side, you're bringing the heart side into the side that's duality, okay? So however you connect your team is what you want to do, but you want to find that balance because you're a little off kilter, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Although the card says you're thanking them already, but maybe that's just a, like, remember to thank them when you ask them to help you, okay? So, Dusty, where are you? I hope that helps you. Where did you go? Okay. Delaney, Rad. You're new here, right? Because I don't recognize your name. Anybody new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. So when I go live, like, you know, it's Monday morning and here I am. Normally I do this later in the afternoon. But today they said, no, do it this morning. So here I am. Hi. Yes, you are new. Okay, so make sure you hit the button. And are you male or female? Feeling like female. Could be wrong, but you are. Okay, you're female. Nice morning ritual. Yeah, you know, it is kind of nice. If I don't have a session, I probably will do this more in the morning than afternoons. I have more energy. Okay, Delaney. Thank you, Stephanie. I shall pull a card for you when I'm done, Delaney. Okay, Stephanie. Okay, I had a lot of problems in my course, and I'm not sure if this is the correct career for me. What kind of course was it? I have an idea of what I'm feeling, but yes, Eli. Absolutely. Oh, engineering. I was way off. Way off. Why was I feeling quantum healing? She should be doing that. That's what I heard. I don't know. Are you feeling drawn to doing quantum sessions? Like QHHT or Qshi or BQH? Something like that? You're a Buddhist. Okay. That's good. So is my sister-in-law. She's Vietnamese. Okay. Well, engineering. You're having a hard time. Because engineering is structured, they're telling me. Not that being a Buddhist isn't structured, but okay, let me hear here. Okay, this is what they're telling me. What is your point of interest? They're saying to me, what is your point of interest? And go from there is exactly what they said to me. Engineering is very structured, it has to be. It's to the detail. It has to be structured, right? When you're soft, like you said, okay? Structured is rigid. Rigid. This is the way it is. Can't bend the rules. Can't change this. It's got to be this length. Got to be this height. You know, engineering. Got to be like that. Got to be exact to the millimeter, to the thousandth of a millimeter. Okay? Engineering. When you are living in your heart, you love everything. Everything's good. Right? There's no rules. Just stay in your heart. You know, help people. There's no, you know, everything is good. There can't be rules. Well, there can't be. I guess there's certain rules you got to follow, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be transparency. There's got to be understanding. There's got to be like, one thing I know about, like, and I'm not a Buddhist, although I do have a Buddha in my healing room, okay? And that energy comes into my sessions as well. When they have a way of teaching a lesson, or what, teacher to student, they'll use a life lesson, a life, what do you call it? Like a life situation, okay, to explain a lesson, to explain an understanding. They'll put real life to it. They won't say, because it's got to be this way. They'll say, you know, the spoon can only hold so much water, but if you tip it, it will pour out. You know what I'm saying? They speak like that. That kind of logic is what you deal with when you're, that's their structure, I guess. I want to say it like that. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, because they're telling me this stuff, right? You're not rigid. So follow your heart. Where is your passion, and go from there, is what they said. Okay? Do you know what I mean? Where your rules in Buddhism or in some religions and things like that is like the spoon thing I was telling you. It's a logical thing. It can bend. It can be either way. You can have it full or you can tip it out, you know? But there's not a real rigidity to it, if that makes sense. So, you know, their direct message to you was, where is your passion? And start from there. So you need to go inside, and if you're Buddhist, you know how to do that, right? Ask for clarity, and they'll bring it to you. Okay? So I don't need to pull a card. That's what they said. Okay? So I hope that helps you. Okay. Landon Knight. Oh, are you for real? Would you like a reading? Because I could tell you what's on my mind right now. But I won't. I can rise above that. Let me see. How much are you getting paid? Because there's people on here that need to make some money. You know, we could have white light trolls that come out, go on posts or go on readings and things like that. You should maybe try that. You'd like it. Okay, let me see. I don't know who else here. Oh, Stephanie, and then, sorry, Eli. I wrote down names. Okay. You're not going to razz me, just so you know. Troll person, you. I get quite a kick out of you guys coming in. It's actually quite funny, because you know what? When you're here, you don't even realize how much light you're getting. You're being bombarded by all of us on here. Landon Knight. Come on, I'm not old. I'm actually a lot younger than you think. All right, here we go. Stephanie, You have 2 daughters and I can only work sometimes. Okay, what were you saying? I miss working. You miss working. Okay. You're gonna start working whenever you decide to. Stephanie. I can tell you that. Whenever you feel like you're drawn to that, then you'll start working. But let's see what you need to work on. Okay. Retail's great because you can reach a lot of people. That way, in acting is good too, because you're doing that when people are coming out for enjoying, you know, an enjoying evening, or oh my God, an enjoyable evening if they're coming to see you, right? If you're in plays and things. Here's your card. Trust your mission. Trust in your mission. Your heartfelt concern is being acknowledged and taken care of. So if you're talking to your team about this concern that you have about not working, they understand and they're trying to synchronize things for you, okay? Gotta love little kids, eh? You miss being around adults. I remember that feeling too. You know, there's so many ways you can work online too, even when you're home, like to pull together a community like this in a way that helps you bring forward what you like doing, like acting. You could do so many things with that. Starting a YouTube channel, just start talking about it to people that like the same things you do, you know? And you only have time. They know I only have time in summertime. Yeah. Well, when your kids are little, they're only going to be little for so long, eh? Like really, before you know it, they'll be 30 and you'll have 3 grandchildren with one. And then, you know, the other one will be 28 with the grandchild and they won't be little anymore, your kids. So try to enjoy them when you can, right? I know it seems like right now, like it's hard because you miss being around adults. Maybe get a part-time job one night a week or something just to get out. And you know, that's what my daughter did actually, because she has 3 kids. She's been off work since the first one was born 5 years ago. And she missed the interaction. So she just got a part-time job in doing whatever she's doing, but it gets her around other adults and other people, you know, and she's enjoying it. And it gives her a break from the home. Yeah, so why don't you organize something like do a bake sale, pull a bake sale together or something and have people come to wherever you're going to do it. Well, but anyway, they know. So ask them how you can get out there with other adults, okay? And just be creative with it. Use your kids. Use them. How old are they? Get them to help you with things, right? And pull a little bake sale together. Contact some other moms and create a little group or something. There's also Facebook groups for moms that are home with their kids. You might want to join one of those so you can interact with other adults that way. 10 and 12, so they can help you. They're older. I'm thinking you have like 2 or 3-year-olds, you know, they can help you. Teach them how to start a little business, you know, make a life lesson of it for them. Okay. Anyway, I'm moving on here because I'm running out of time. Eli. Not to rush your reading, but yeah, I hear you. I was only off work for about 3 years, but then because I did hairdressing, people came to the house anyway. There's a lot you can do. I mean, being a creative mom, like my kids, because I wasn't, I worked in that, but I was also a musician when I still am, but my kids were from 7 up. I played live, like in bars, and I did festivals and I did weddings. I did all kinds of stuff where I played and sang my music and charity events. And at one point, my daughter started doing harmonies with me. It was amazing. I think she was 13. When she graduated grade 8, their school asked me to write a song for the commencement. So I wrote a song called Fly Little One and recorded it with my friend Dennis. And my daughter came in and did harmonies on that little recording. And I still have that, you know. But they learned to be independent and to live outside of the box, because that's how I was. So you want to have that kind of influence on your kids, right? Okay, Eli, here we go. Unlock and release. Okay. This is generally a relationship card, okay? But it could be a partnership relationship card, or it could be a parent to an adult. I mean, a parent to a child card, okay? Love clicks into place when hearts aren't eternally bound with restriction. So unlock and release. This is a bridge in Lake Garda in Italy. Robert and I went there last year. And, you know, you lock, okay, these are all couples. We are locked together forever, right? But what that does is it stifles movement, and it stifles freedom and that kind of thing. And what they want you to do is let go of the hold you may have on another person in a relationship, in regards, because you love them so much, but you need to release a little bit and give them the freedom to fly. Doesn't mean they're going to leave, or they're going to not respect you or not be there for you. But sometimes when you restrict a person too much, and it can be yourself, you could be restricting yourself too much as well. Then it causes issues, you know, then there becomes resentments, and you can resent yourself, believe me, if you don't allow yourself to have freedom, you know, love yourself enough to give yourself freedom to let loose and let go sometimes, right? But generally, this card is for couples, to remind them, yes, you're in a relationship. Yes, you love each other desperately, but you don't have the right, and you shouldn't confine and lock the relationship so tight that there's no movement. Because when there's no movement, there's no growth, right? And sometimes this happens when one person is shifting into a different direction and the other person just doesn't get it. So they hold on to what they're used to. They don't want their partner to grow or change. But when you allow that person to grow and to shift and to change and expand, it makes them more heart-centered as well. It doesn't mean they're not going to love you as a person or want to be with you. It just means they understand who they are at a deeper level, which then can show you, or whichever direction this is, right? That, hey, maybe I can expand too, or I can grow, or maybe I see how they're changing, you know, and they're happier, you know, because they've got that bit of freedom. Maybe I should allow myself to have that as well, right? So the whole point of the card is, don't restrict another person or yourself from enjoying and expanding and growing, okay? And the relationship will be stronger because of that. So what did you say? It's about yourself. Okay, yeah. Okay, let yourself have some fun a little bit. And don't be so hard on yourself. Don't feel you have to fit inside of a box and you can't expand outside of that. Okay, it's important to allow your spirit to grow. Okay, and so you figured out it's about you. Well, then that's good. That's good that you know that. Okay, so love clicks into place when hearts aren't eternally bound with restrictions. So don't stop yourself from experiencing new things and trying new things. Okay, unlock that and release that control and trust your team. Okay, so there we go. Looking forward to your session, by the way. Okay, who else? You pretend to be, well, this is what you need to work on before your session. release, control. Okay? It's important. You need to not analyze, and you need to trust and release the need to know everything. Okay? It's very important for what you're going to step into with me. Okay? So work on that. Do the white light scan. Do whatever you can. Okay? So there you go. Yasmin, can you ask a question? Sure. Go ahead. We're at 2 hours. I'll answer the question and then that's it. I want to cut it off because what happens is it cuts off the front end of my video, and I want people to be able to hear the reading actually that I did at the beginning. Oh, keep trying, Eli. Trust me. Okay, Yasmin, I guess she disappeared. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it off now because it's 2 hours, okay? And I'll come on again. Like, I have a few free days this week, so I'll pop on again during the week. Tomorrow I have a session, then I think I have a couple days off. What's that? Ow! Let's see what I live with here. See that? That's Maggie's bone right under my chair. Just about took my foot off. Okay. Okay, I have a session tomorrow and I don't on Wednesday. Oh, I have 3 this week. Holy cow. All right, so I'm free on Wednesday. I might pop on Wednesday again, okay? So I hope everybody has a great day. And don't forget to go to my website maybe later today, SuzanneBertolas.com. I'm going to put a page up about that reading and the chakra balancing meditation package that I'm putting together that we can do remotely, okay? And trust me, like if you have a good set of headphones, the meditation will like blow you away. It's really, really good one for balancing your chakras and your system and your energy. And yeah, okay, with the reading, that's a pretty good session to have. All right, so I hope you all have a great day. Don't forget, I do quantum sessions as well. Qshi, Quantum Soul Healing Integration. I have my next Qshi class. If you're thinking of coming to a class, I pushed back into June, first weekend of June, I think the 7th instead of May. And then I have the Angel Fire Reiki upgrade for Reiki practitioners or people that already have Angel Fire in the middle of May. Okay, so have a great day, everybody. And I'll talk to you all soon. Okay, bye. Thank you for coming on.